So Adam also discussed the topic of player trade demands. Now, that's obviously a big factor here in the Paul George decision to go to the Clippers. Here's what he had to say.
You know, without getting into any specific circumstances, trade demands are disheartening. They're disheartening to the team, they're disheartening to the community, and don't serve the player well. The players care about their reputations just as much. And so that's an issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, players have contracts, right? And they lock in for a couple of years, and then teams theoretically plan around the number of years that they have players locked into. But what we've seen the last few years is contracts don't even matter anymore.
But it's a 1% problem. This is an elite player problem. This is a problem for 6 guys in a league with, what, 450 players?
I'd say 25 guys, maybe.
I'll go down to 10 or 15.
Okay.
Say 10 or 15.
I mean, it's, you know, the dude that's the 10th man ain't saying, you better get me out of here.
Or when they do, they get laughed at. There have been examples.
But you know what, man? Like, let's stop forgetting that this is a business, right? The owners want to keep acting like it's not a business when they've been fudging the books for years and getting over for years. And remember what the Nets were doing, claiming the Continental Airlines Arena for $20 million a year. Like they need to stop acting like it can't be a business for the players too.
Well, and look, the other thing is, let's not act like this is just suddenly a problem. Oh, these millennials, dude. How long ago was it? 4+ decades ago that Kareem forced his way from Milwaukee to the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like this is these trade demands or guys pushing their way.
Remember Shaq's trade demand in Maui or whatever?
Yeah.
It turned to Jerry Buss.
This is something that has been happening for generations in the NBA. Not
but it's a 1% a deal.
But those 1% are the guys who really matter. They're the ones who devastate your franchise when they have that trade
Well,
demand.
then don't trade them.
Well,
Nobody's you know, you got them
tell
on
that
the
to New
contract.
Orleans.
Well, and I'll say this. I don't think New Orleans, you could actually argue now, lottery luck obviously is part of it. You could argue New Orleans is much better set up now than if AD would have just gone in the last year of his contract with the uncertainty, maybe I'll stay, maybe I wouldn't. You know, Paul George, hey, the Thunder, it's a rebuild head start, but at least they have a head start on rebuilding as opposed to running it back this year, probably getting bounced in the first round again, and then his value's not as much as if you trade him now. So I don't want to necessarily paint these small market teams that have had to trade guys as these poor little victimized franchises.
Yeah. So generally speaking,
hold tight.
Go ahead.
Remember Mo and Josh and Mo Better Blues, man. They didn't let Bleak Gilliam out of his contract. And he was in his prime. I mean, you got him under contract, don't trade him. You don't have to trade him.
Yeah, I mean, look, Oklahoma City is saying all the right things right now. I mean, I love the irony of it being Paul George Day on the day that a year from the day he asked for that trade. But
for the 1-year anniversary of the Paul George Day, you got a whole bunch of draft picks, Gallinari and Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not terrible.
Look, this is what happens when you try to legislate a free market. When you put in rules to incentivize players to stay with their current teams, you end up with situations like this. And then once one player sort of forces a trade early, and used to be you could only force a trade or ask for a trade in the last year of your contract. Now players do it 2 years out, sometimes even 2.5 years out.
Ramona, they know now the players are finally seeing the power that they have.
That's
the
right.
elite, the 1%ers
That's right.
And for forever, they were too scared, like they are in the NFL, to do this or do that.
I don't know. We mentioned Kareem. We mentioned Shaq.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Kidd a while ago. There are a lot of
This is like once every, you're citing things once every 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, no,
this is now 5 in 1 year.
That's a fair point.
Like, they got power. They're not scared to use it. And you better use it now because, like, look what happened to Boogie. 2 years ago, he had a lot of power. Boom, he gets hurt.
Isaiah Thomas.
3 years ago, Melo could have did whatever he want. Now he can't even get a job. So
China's a good option for him.
Oh.
What? They pay well over there.
Okay.
And you could sell a ton of shoes.
But my point is, when you have it, you better use it because you're going to lose it real fast. And then I remember when Iverson got pushed out of Memphis.
Yep.
He got pushed out of Memphis, Allen Iverson.
I don't know if he got pushed out or if they kind of nudged him as he was.
I mean, he helped his cause. But when you have this star power now, these guys aren't scared anymore, so that's impressive. They understand that this is a business.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.